Hello everyone, Faithful Slave. We came up with another tactic for disrupting kingdom halls that I think is kind of fun, and it only requires you to be there for as much time as you want to spend. So what you do, first you get yourself an apostate t-shirt, okay? It's very important. Then you stumble into the kingdom hall right in the middle of the Watchtower study, looking all disheveled. You got your hair wind blown and stubble, as worldly as possible, okay? You know, earring, tattoos, doesn't hurt. So you stumble in the middle of the Watchtower study, and then try and raise your hand. See if the Jehovah's Witnesses will call on you. I personally wore this one here, the Watchtower announcing Job's kingdom. That's May 15th, 1984. 1914, the generation that will not pass away. Yeah, I've worn this shirt to this particular Kingdom Hall before, but the last time I did, I had a suit coat that was kind of covering it a little bit, and you couldn't really see it very well. But I decided to go back and try this new tactic out, and let's see what happens.
His absence of what he was doing, that little girl is dead, but we know she'll have a life from him.
Very sad to read those, isn't it, Sister Julia?
And wicked people affect all of us, whether we are personally attacked or personally affected by an incident. It could possibly happen. So we live in a dangerous world. There's always the fear or the practice of trying to protect ourselves. So we can't even live a normal life.
Absolutely. So, what will Jehovah do? Let's look at paragraph 5.
What will Jehovah do? Right now, Jehovah is giving wicked people an opportunity to change. As individuals, they have not yet received their final judgment. It is this system that stands condemned. What of those individuals who refuse to change, who continue to support this system right up to the time of the Great Tribulation? Jehovah has promised to rid the earth of wicked people for all time. The wicked may think that they are safe from such judgment. Many have learned to hide what they do, and in this world they often seem to escape justice and consequences. Yet, the Bible reminds us, God's eyes are upon the ways of a man, and he sees all his steps. There is no darkness or deep shadows where wrongdoers can conceal themselves. There is no hiding from Jehovah God. No impostor can fool him. No shadow is so dark or deep that God's limitless vision cannot pierce right to the heart of the matters. After Armageddon, then, we may look to where the wicked used to be, but we will not see them. They will be gone forever.
Just a little while longer, and the wicked will be no more. You will look where they were, and they will not be there.
Good. With that thought in mind, the B part says, what will be the final outcome of wicked people who refuse to change? Yes, right there beside Sister Campbell. And then we'll come up and get our young sister. Deirdre, that's right.
It says that the wicked will be no more. Just a little while longer, and the wicked will be no more. And you will look at where they are, where they were, and they will not be there.
Good. And our young sister up here.
Jehovah has promised to remove all wicked people from the earth.
Good. Is there any hiding? Brother Alger?
They might think so, but Jehovah reads hearts, so he knows who they are.
Yep. Whatever they might consider to be hiding, they can't do it. Sister Bissell? So now we see this is what he's going to do. So who will remain? Let's look at 6.
Who will remain in place of wicked people? Jehovah makes his heartwarming promise. The meek will possess the earth, and they will find exquisite delight in the abundance of peace. Later in the same psalm, we read, the righteous will possess the earth, and they will live forever on it. But who are the meek and the righteous? The meek are those who humbly accept Jehovah's teaching and guidance. The righteous are those who love doing what is right in the eyes of Jehovah God. In today's world, righteous people are greatly outnumbered by the wicked. But in the new world to come, the meek and the righteous will be neither a minority or a majority. They will be the only people alive. Truly, a population of such people will make the earth a paradise.
So who will remain in place of wicked people, and why is that good news? Sister Erickson, please.
We think of these scriptures from the Psalms, 37th Psalm, that we use so much in the ministry. And we don't see a lot of meekness in the world today, for sure. Or the ones that love righteousness, they love doing what is right in Jehovah's eyes. So they're not, pig-headed and strong-willed and want to do just what they want to do. So when it comes down to the fact it says these are the only people that will be living, that's Jehovah's standards. That's not what we say.
Brother Grove, did I see your hand?
It's basically the same thought I brought out, that these people will be the ones who make an earth a paradise. And only the righteous will remain. This will be, Jehovah's purpose in the first place will be renewed.
Yes, okay, very good. So we've looked at wicked from Jehovah's point of view. It's his standard that determines that. But now let's look at corrupt organizations.
How do corrupt organizations affect us now? Hold well to a few, while millions struggle in poverty. Without question, corrupt organizations are responsible for much of the misery in today's world.
So how do corrupt organizations affect us today? Yep. Interesting to see whether, now, have you ever been affected by corrupt organizations? Has it ever affected you, Sister McTominay?
Well, absolutely, because we have to live in it. We actually have to obey laws, and they're unfair, they're unjust.
Times.
So
Yep, at times.
that is kind of...
And to love life, who gives it, and how he gave it to come back to us that we lost. I love this thing, there is this thing, for instance, of the religious organizations that deceive millions of people.
Many of the organizations and institutions that seem so solid to mankind today. God's word for
is being rolled up, and every mountain and every island was removed from its place.
Okay, an interesting expression there. According to the Bible, what will happen to organizations that seem solid to many people today? According to the Bible, Sister Breeze, please.
It'll be removed from its place.
Yes, absolutely, according to Sister McTominay.
It's interesting because it refers to these mountains, and we know that with the destruction of the government, the Bible uses mountains and islands to picture many of the organizations and institutions that seem so silent to mankind today. So in here it talks about whichever was going, they actually will be removed. So that's what's going to happen. They're going to think they're solid, and they're not.
Well, sadly, they do think that that's what the case is, something that they're dependent on, isn't it? So what is going to replace them? Let's look at 9.
what will replace corrupt organizations? After Armageddon, will there be any organization on earth? The Bible tells us there are new according to his promise, and in these righteous...
Just thought this was an open discussion, but I guess it's not.
Old heavens and earth are corrupt.
They don't want me sharing information, I guess. But you can go to jwfacts.com and find out everything.
We have an orderly meeting.
An orderly that
We don't
you don't comment.
We don't.
You don't let me comment. I'm not allowed to comment. It's not. How is that orderly? How is that orderly?
Right now, we wouldn't ask you to comment because the way you're acting, it's not common.
How would you feel? Everyone else was allowed to
The meeting's
answer.
not over yet.
Everyone else was allowed to answer. How does that make sense to
They will be
you?
directed by Christ and his 144,000.
You see, because of your attitude.
My attitude was fine.
No, it's not. It's
will be replaced.
My attitude was I did not
Maybe you need to
disrupt the
keep-
meeting.
You
I didn't do
did
anything.
it right now.
Just now, yeah.
Good. Why can we be sure the new earth...
Before they commented, before
You know,
They would not comment on me. I was completely fine and
What about
orderly.
the word patience? Can you be patient? Maybe you didn't show patience here.
Patience.
Yeah.
Were you in there? Did you see how many times I raised my hand?
Yeah.
In the second row with the brother looking right at me?
And he has the choice of who calls on.
Is he afraid of what a newcomer might say?
Well, I think he did really well. I don't know what your comments might have been, where you're acting right now.
What could I say that would be so bad?
It's glad. You know, it's kind of loud. You're disturbing our meeting.
Hi again.
You know, you're welcome to come, but in a nice, orderly fashion, you should sit and relax and just take the meeting in. Or if you want to make comments afterwards, that's the way to do it.
After
I would not be.
everyone else was commenting during.
Not during. No, we have an organized and formal meeting. Yes.
Everyone was commenting during, though. Why not me?
Well, that's his choice.
That's his choice.
Yes.
Okay.
And if I was conducting or something, I would probably do the same thing.
I know. I'm very aware of the structure here. And I think that if you allowed a little bit more discussion, open discussion, might find out some really interesting things. Did you know about the generation that will not pass away?
We can't do that. We're into our meeting right now. Thanks for coming.
Okay. Yeah, 1914, so they wouldn't die. It was promised by the Watchtower. They're all dead. So have a great day. jwfacts.com. I mean, I got things to do. I wasn't going to sit there and just keep raising my hand. It's ridiculous. Oh, man, my camera actually cut off on me. I must have rose my hand, like, I don't know, at least 8 times. I mean, at least 8 times. In the second row, nope, don't call on that guy. He's dangerous. He's got some truth bombs he might want to drop on us. All right, vast apostate army, faithful slave, I'm out!